Initiating match. Ready for battle. Five, four, three, two, one. Round one. Capture the objective.
Stay focused. We have everything we need.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, here we are. Map number 1 of the best of 5. The Knights versus Baker Bees. What am I looking at? Oh, I got both teams. Okay. Crazy. Knights get a couple kills, but then lose a few. Dr. Vertex in for Jack Jack. Jack Jack trolling. Went MIA. So the Knights with a sub in here. Doing okay so far. Knight's gonna be in purple on this first map. Helios is the map, like the pizza. We'll see if the Knights can do their thing. Baker, the number 1 seed, the Knights the 4 seed. Cassidy on the left side. Kane getting the 1v1. The Knights with 30%, doing okay. Doing okay here. So the Knights guaranteed a match next week, next Friday. Oh, the cat. Low on health. Find some healing. Get behind some cover. There you go. Knights guaranteed a match next Friday, regardless of the result of this, but they'll either be fighting for first or for third, depending on the result in this best of 5. Which, similar to League, I feel like this should be a best of 7 once you're in the top 4. Or it should have been a best of 5 for League, I feel like, but still just a best of 5. Which can be a little rough. You know, these teams, in these games, really predicate on maps and character selection and adapting to the enemy team. And in Nationals, you know, you haven't really necessarily seen this before. Vertex here on the Bastion, you find a kill. Looking for more. Getting low on health, though. Will go down. Knight's doing well. But Baker has taken the high ground. Atlas finds that kill. Knights at 92%. Need one good fight here.
Actuating the barrier.
Do deal with the Mercy. Diva trying to stall. It's going to be touched here. Knights need to just clean up some kills, but I've seen this go awry before. Looks like Knights will take first round of the first map. So good job, Knights. We'll see if they can hold together on round number 2.
Score 0-1. Ready for battle.
These conditions are not optimal for experimentation, but they are optimal for a tan.
We used to come here on vacation. Let me know if you need any directions.
5, 4, 3,
All right, round 2, map number 1.
2. Capture
Knights
the
taking
objective.
the first round. Vertex switching over to the Cassidy. Thane on the Sig. Livy on the Ana. Ronald Reagan now on the Brig, switching over from Cat. Ooh, we got a Tracer on the other thing. Let's deal with that. Trying to apply some side pressure here. First fight can be quite important. Ronald Reagan backing up. Knights trying to get through that choke point. No picks just yet for either side. They have the position. So Baker gonna start scoring. Find a couple kills. Knights get pushed back. Diva coming in. Knights a little bit passive there.
Triple kill.
I think it's gonna cost him. Definitely cost him the first fight. Now letting Baker set up. Knight's gonna have to find a way through. Ash on high ground. See how the Knights deal with that. Ooh, would be a good rock. Clean up Juno kill. With one healer down. Knight's gonna play over to the left. We're gonna deal with this here with Dr. Vertex finding the kill on the Baptiste. The Knights doing well in this fight.
What awaits us beyond this plane?
They will recap it and start scoring themselves. So the first fight's so important because it kind of puts you like, in the little mini best of, where you win the first fight, you get 50%, then we win, we get 40, 50%, then they get it. So Knights are going to have to win double fights. They'll have to really be efficient with their cooldowns. Tracer will find the ulti onto Ronald Reagan. Vertex will fall down to the Diva. Knight's gonna have to back up. As long as they don't use any big cooldowns here, trying to retake it. Didn't have a good setup. They need to find a way to deal with that Tracer on the side. No real answers for it just yet. Knight's trying to switch around here. Knight's only able to get 30%.
All patched up. Actuating the barrier.
Long range block is way to go, but we'll get the pull up on the map, take him down. So that is ulti used. Vertex goes down to the Diva. Pushing in a little bit too hard. Diva frozen. Livy kind of no man's land, trying to get heals in. Knights needed to touch. The Knights still alive here in overtime, but they're on a razor's edge. I think we'll regroup with the team. Needs to get a little bit closer for these rocks. Find the Diva in the corner, get a nice little stagger going. The Knights need to win this next fight to really have a chance. They need to set up. They're staggering quite well though, but there'll be plenty of time for Baker to formulate a full attack. No ultimates for us. They're gonna have 2. Juno ult is huge. So we'll see if the Knights can find a way to counter that. You don't want them to get too close to the point. You want to try to get them to push that button as far away as possible. Even just gonna take that space on that high ground. They will find the Tracer kill though, which could be huge. Here comes the ulti. Knight's gonna give that space, and they have to. Can they survive though? They really just need to live here. They get the freeze going. Now they're gonna counterattack. It is a 5v4. The lamp's gonna do a lot to mitigate. The Knights trying to find the kills, and they find one. The Knights doing well. They take down the tank and they're at 80%. So now, Knights in a good position. If they can get a pick here, if they can keep the pressure up, can they find this Juno kill would be huge. They do. The Knights at 90%. It's going to be a full attack here coming in from Baker. Here comes the D.Va. Here comes the attack. The Knights need to be smart here. They're trying not even to let a touch, but I'm sure with a Tracer, yes, the touch comes through. Knights going back to deal with the Tracer, at least try to push her off. But Vertex will go down. The bomb gets missed. They do pick up the Tracer kill, but it's going to come down to this final fight. Who has more ults? There's ults coming out from Baker. I don't know if the Knights have enough. Thane doing what he can will kill 2. Ronald Reagan and Atlas also find a couple. The Knights getting the kills through the ults. They're going to drop their Sigil. It'll just get D.Va out of the mech. Can they clean it up? And the Knights clean it up and take the first map.
Play of the game. Epic. Winner.
It seems we have a consensus.
Arriving at Watchpoint Gibraltar. Initiating match.
Did you have a chance to think about my proposal?
I'm not doing explosives on my mate.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, here we are getting into map number 2, Watchpoint Gibraltar. Knights taking map 1-2-0. Now setting up here on defense. This map, I mean, we've seen this map. This was I think it was a triple overtime we had. Knights' offense is usually decent, but their defense on this map questionable. So this will tell me a lot here how this defense holds to start things off. Can they get some sort of hold? Can they find some sort of defense, or will they crumble? Interesting to see. Fair Mercy loaded.
The barrier endures assault.
Jack will go down to the bash. Knight's gonna have to back up. So, see if they can find a way to deal with the flying. Knights staggering back. They do find a kill there. Jack looking for an angle. Get some damage on the Mercy. Mercy going for the res, but will get killed by the Jack. Jack will back up now. Deal with the Diva. So the Knights do find a hold here for the first point. So this is good. This cuts into the time frame. Lets the Knights reset up. Good kill there from Atlas. Atlas switching over to M-Rays to deal with the Flyers. So if that ends up being good, Baker might have to adjust.
Return to me.
Looks like they are switching on.
Proclaiming a barrier. Barrier unsuccessful.
That was just the other guy. Yeah, I was wondering when the Pharah ult is going to come online here pretty soon. Goes down to a bazooka shot. The high ground taken here by Baker. Here comes the ult from the Pharah. Try to eat some of it, but Livy will go down. Zane trying to hold him off, but not going to be able to do so. So the Knights get pushed back. there's a ceiling on this next point, so we'll see if the Knights can find a way to deal with the flyer a little bit better. Trying to get healed up and not going to be able to do so. Livy goes down again as well. Knights getting pushed back. Now getting staggered. And this is what I was talking about. The Knights have a hard time stopping the attack once they get pushed back. We'll find a good rock there by Thane. The cart not too far, so the Knights, they can win this fight. Let's set up a defense. What's game is right? Thane. Check low. We'll get healed up by Livy. Alright, so the Knights have 4 ultimates. Jack looking for one. Looking for the Bastion. He's a nice big juicy target. We'll TP up and take out the Pharah as well. The Knights finding a good fight here. There is advanced spawns down though for Baker with capturing that first point, so they'll be back relatively soon. Gonna get the D.Va ult and kill the D.Va. So huge kill from the Knights there, and still with 4 ultimates. This could be the Knights' hold. This could be where they make their stand. They gotta be smart. They gotta organize this quickly, because Baker's gonna be coming out. Knights not taking too much high ground. In fact, they're giving away the position. Gonna get very low. Gonna need some healing here. Throwing a boulder up to the heavens. Livy will go down. Atlas will find 2 with his ult. Two quick kills for Atlas. Can they take down the tank? Can they take down the Pharah? No, Atlas will go down. And Core here still alive for Baker. Knights need to find a kill soon. Ronald Reagan will chase down the Pharah with some aerial dogfighting. Catfighting. Pharah is down. Knights starting to hold. Use some ults there. The holding one. Here we go with the Thane ult. Looking for the Mercy. They'll find the Mercy. They'll find a few. But have the Knights use too much too early. Minute 30 still on the clock. Jack going very aggressive. Thane is down as well, so Knights need to wait for their tank. Jack could find a huge ult. It would help even the odds here. Get some damage on the D.Va. D.Va mech still alive. Alright, the D.Va mech will go down. So that's huge for the Knights. Can they get the D.Va kill? She's so low. Can't quite find the kill. Jack will, though. The Knights doing good. Minute to go here on defense. They're holding quite well so far, but you got to imagine Baker setting up a humongous punch. Coming up, Jack will find 2 with the ulti, but I think it was too soon. Jack loves the instinctual ults, but might have been too soon. We have Nano up, a 4 ults here. Okay, switch, so 3 ults here for Baker. I mean, I don't see how the Knights can survive this. They need to really get these ults soon. If the Knights can survive this next attack, it'll be a humongous defensive stand. But it's going to be a tall ask. Knights on the low ground. Giving up a lot of position. Can they find any kills? Pick here would be huge. Any type of play would be huge. They get the D.Va mech. Livy doing a good job surviving. Thane, okay, there's a kill. Soldier goes down. There's another for the Knights. So the Knights with a couple kills, but now they're starting to drop. 2 drop quick to the Bastion on the Kiriko ult. And here's the attack from Baker that we were expecting. Can the Knights salvage this? They're going to try to touch. The healer's still alive. But where's the damage? Where's the tankiness? Here comes Jack. I don't think it's enough here for the Knights. And what could have been a good hold, it was close. They just ran out of big buttons. And that's when they would have wanted to have their Jack ult. Now he still almost got it back up. And a minute 20 still could be a good hold here from the Knights. But they need to be patient here. Time is on their side, and they got to use that clock. Okay, rock to the face. Necc getting low, though. It's going to get absorbed by Thane. Thane thinking about using the ulti. Will use it here. Only get one, though, and that's defensive-looking ult. Would have liked a little bit more aggression there from Thane. We'll pick up the BAP in the end. Good rock, though. Is there any DPS follow-up? Knight's backing up. Thane still full HP, though. I don't know where we're going. Knights are all in that room, but no one's on point. Knight's playing a little bit scared, possibly. Gonna ulti the Bastion, but will get shielded through. The Knight's a little bit hesitant here. And they let Baker walk all over them. So I don't know why they were so scared there. Atlas held onto the ult for a year. Livy as well. Never able to find moments, and I thought there were so many. Right when they were coming around that corner, you could see when Thane backed up and used the ult while retreating. Not what you want to see. So I'm not sure what happened in the comms, but the Knights going to want that one back because I think that was a defensive hold that they could have held. So we'll see what they can do on offense. Now going to have to force overtime if they want to contest this second map. Knights did a great job with the damage, with the kills, but some of those timings not adding up. Atlas going to switch over to the Junkrat. And I think this switch should have happened a year ago. I don't know why we were still on the M-Rays when there was no more Pharah. I think once you deter the Pharah, when you switch to Soldier, you should have just switched over. But Knight's a little bit slow to make their decisions. And maybe wanting to use that ult, but then never did. So a little bit hesitancy coming out from the Knights. We'll see if they can regroup here on offense. They're usually pretty good on offense. I did think that was a good defensive hold overall, considering our history. But as always, I want it to be better.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Alright, so let's see what the Knights look like here on attack. Widow coming in. People going around to the left. Jack will be taken out by Soldier. Knight's not really letting their positioning do any work for them. Here we go. We'll throw some bombs in. Better TP from Jack. They will find Soldier. So Knights are just pushing. So they're kind of sneaking the cart by. Which there will be inevitably a fight around this cart. Necc trying to go for the Soldier, trying to cut him off from getting to his team. So the Lucio Reaper chasing down Soldier, but the rest of the team having issues. But they do have two in the back line. So this kind of awkward situation here for both teams. We'll see who can navigate this better. The Knights need to find an ultimate to really push through this blockade. They have Soldiers stuck in spawn, but then they're fighting a 3v4 back at the main fight. So if they can get one pick, it would be huge. But no major cooldowns to work with. That could be it right there, but no, the lamp will come in. That lamp, hard to destroy by a Junkrat. Move the Junkrat tire. Jack will find the Soldier again. Now we need to live. Let the rest of this unfold while the flank's coming through. Atlas, though, gets pinched on. to deal with the Diva. Get the Lucio ult. They do find the Diva kill. But both sides trading back and forth deaths. No clear advantage at the moment. Jack does have ult. The Knights get stalled. They run out of bodies, and now the regroup here from Baker is going to be huge. Jack, bad time to ult. Desperation ult there. Trying to turn a bad situation into a okay situation. Reinforcements couldn't get there in time. Now the Knights are awkward. If they can get a pick, they got the lamp. Can they now go for the ult here by Thane? No, he gets melted. The healing just not coming through here from the Knights. Jack is back. Atlas will find 2 with his ult. The Knights indecisive about how many buttons they want to use. The Soldier will counter with an ult of his own. So the Knights attack, stagnating. Thane, I think, should have ripped ult there. Jack should not have. And they need to coordinate these button pushes to break through the enemy line. They're going to have one last attack here. But they have to regain all this space, which is quite annoying. Thane leaking. Jack's super low. We'll go down. They do take the high ground by force. Overtime has started. Diva bomb coming in. Gonna hide behind the payload. We'll pick up the Atlas. The long stall here from the Diva with the Necc reload. Thane surviving, but where's the damage? Where's the follow-up? Thane can't live forever, and it looks like map 2 will go over to Baker. We'll be back with map 3.
Play of the game. Epic. Winner.
Done, and done.
Welcome to Atlas. Initiating match. Ready for battle.
They had this coming, so let's give it to them. Follow my lead, dears. The punishment for defiance is quite severe.
Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, here we are. Map number 3, everything tied up 1-1. I expect nothing different in the semifinals here of Nationals. 4 best teams on paper are the 4 best teams left in the National Tournament. And the Knights trying to separate themselves as a top 2 team here. Atlas going in, gonna get some freeze threat. So like we said last series, Atlas on Atlas, we saw this map, went pretty good for the Knights, but that was also not this Baker team. Freeze coming in. Knights losing some members. Right there, getting some shots. Knights losing this fight. We don't have the Sigma. Sigma got banned. Knights will drop that fight.
Can't let them take the point.
Domina coming out here for Thane.
Hey there.
Alright, so the Knights dropped the first fight. I feel like their mechanics just a little bit underperforming at the moment. It doesn't take much to get your aim back online. As long as the decision making's there for the Knights. Tracer applying some side threat. Knights getting played. Moira taking out the Knights. The Knights not sure. I don't know why they're not setting up around their tank. Domina, the flanking Domina is not the strategy. So Knights still on different page. They need to get this sorted out. You're seeing ults come online first here for Baker. Goes down. Trying to find some kills. Jack close to ult. We'll pop it off cooldown. Not get any kills with it. Buys a little bit of space. The Knights not able to find any kills. So Knights use one of their big cooldowns in the Jack ult, but couldn't find anything over the top.
Lost.
Done playing around.
Flashpoint. Garden.
I think, oh yeah, only 3 deaths coming in so far for Baker. The Knights not able to find the kills that they need. They need to focus targets. They need to be a little bit more methodical with their positioning. Okay, here we go, a little bit. So 2 go down to the D.Va. So right now the Knights were doing fine, but they got ult diffed. That's the problem. You can't take this long to get back to your fundamentals. So 4 ults online here for the Knights.
Freeze! Don't move!
What was that? We just misclick our mail. The Knights visibly flustered here, making rudimentary mistakes. In a big game like this, it'll definitely cost you. Oh, can't finish off the kill. Baker's beat. Not getting any kills though. They'll find one there. They'll be getting pressed by the D.Va. Team trying to help out. Livy not doing her teammates any favor with the retreat path. Good shot there from Thane. Take down the Tracer. The Knights not able to win a single fight so far. They'll be going down 0-2 here on this map. It's best of 3 on this map. Possibly could turn it right back here. They get a couple kills, maybe some get control. Jack gonna find 2 with the ulti. Can they deal with the D.Va? D.Va demeched. Jack will find that kill. So Jack's ult ends up getting a couple kills, but will they be able to score down 0 to 99? They're gonna have to win 2-3 fights. They're not at too much of a button deficit when it comes to ult, so that's good. Maybe the Knights can set up, tie things up here 1-to-1 on this map. That would be huge. Moving into the 3rd flashpoint. They need to find their aim. They need to find their shots. Fighting on the right side, Jack will go down. Okay, trying to do his thing. Here comes the Mei ult. Atlas will die without picking up anything through the Mei ult. The Knights, once again, letting too much space go through before using their buttons. Will find a retaliatory kill, but the Knights needed that fight to tie things up. Now gonna go down 0-2 here in this 1st-to-3 map.
Lost. Next. Flashpoint.
Yeah, I don't like the ult trying to deal with the D.Va. Gotta deal with some of those backliners. They have a lot of mobility on their backline, but even if you get the mobility out, you can then exploit them after the fact. Knights need to commit to what they want to do a little bit more. Jack gets killed again to the Tracer. Knights not having too much organization around the Tracer. Trying to figure out what to do about it. Yeah, get a kill there. So they're just kind of poking, prodding. Zane's gonna make his move. Oh, and once again, Kill gets away with one. Knight's doing decent enough in this fight, though. Thane finally finding the aim on Domina. The Knights win a fight. So that's huge for the Knights. But 50% gone. Baker doing a great job surviving for as long as possible, getting as much percent as they can. Now these are the fights the Knights need to find out how to win. When it's the enemy's turn, what buttons will the Knights use to stop this? What angles can they find? Traditionally, Jack getting picked on the side. Could be a huge kill here, and they will find it. So the Knights find the first kill in this fight. Now can they regroup? D.Va coming in, trying to disrupt what the Knights are trying to do. Domina going to focus that. Trying to figure out where everyone is. Knights thriving in the chaos somewhat right now. They will lose one to the Tracer ult, but clean up the rest. So the Knights have a good fight there. And maybe starting to figure out how to deal with all these angles presented by Baker. Jack uses ult. They will capture the point. So this fight, I don't want to use any buttons here. Okay, this is a fight that doesn't matter. Except for to get ult charge. Point, next point unlocks, 30 seconds. I just need to figure out where that is. Team deathmatch, so none of this mattering besides getting some position or getting some ult charge. Alright, so Knight's trying to tie things up 2-2 in this first to 3 game mode.
We have to get them off the point.
Pushing back. Atlas on the May has the ulti. Get a freeze. We'll go ice block. Trying to stall time. Livy goes down. They get the D.Va mech, but it's going to be ulted. Knights are getting a bunch of kills though, but percent still going to the side of Baker. Good dodge out. Knights win the fight, take control, but they lost 35%. Knights skirmishing quite well right now. They need to be able to keep it up. They can't afford to lose too many more fights. One, maybe two. Even the ult. Clean up that kill. Deterring them on the right side. Where the Knight's gonna set up. Looks like they're just sitting on point. They gotta score this point. Can they get a preemptive kill here? Would be huge for securing this point, but it doesn't look like it's gonna happen. Okay, picking up a health pack, trying to retreat to the team. The Knights find any kills. They're gonna throw the ulti in. We're gonna lose Ronald Reagan, but trade a support for a support. Jack will go down for it, so Knights down one. D.Va will go down, but can they find the D.Va kill? Yes, they can. Tracer coming in. Knights getting pushed back. They will get a good shot there from Thane. Tracer scooting around. Bomb will miss, so Thane doing a great job surviving. The rest of the Knights showing up, and the Knights going to tie things up 2-2. So it's all going to come down to this last flashpoint. Whoever wins this last flashpoint will go up 2-1 in the best of 5. Okay. Good, didn't ult. Smart. Alright, flashpoint getting unlocked here. 15 seconds.
Flashpoint unlocks in 10 seconds.
Shields under fire!
Now, see if the Knights can keep it up. Knights first on the point, but here comes the contest. Not going to let them score it right now. They will take down the Kiri, but here comes the big attack from Baker. Livy will go down, so both Kiris are down for each team. Tank switch for Baker. Not liking the D.Va. Knights starting to exploit it. Lose Ronald. Where's somebody? Knights are scoring. They need to get this to 100%. It's not going to be easy. Baker's not going to give this to the Knights. Knights got to set up. What decision are they going to make? Moving around the left side here. Ooh, almost a kill there. Ulti coming in. I think a little bit early. Jack, though, finds 2 in the backside. 3. The Knights have him on the ropes. Bomb goes down, doesn't hit anybody. They're going to have to win one more fight. But if they can stagger someone, it could be a lopsided fight for the Knights. Can they find the stagger? Doesn't look like they can. So here comes a big attack. Coming in from Baker. Knights getting pushed around, but good kill from Jack. Wall going up. Overtime has started. Knights fighting for their lives, trying to find a kill. They find 2. Can they clean up? Or will it get countered by Baker? They have to find this kill right here, or the reinforcements for Baker will come in. They do find it. They find both. And the Knights will take map 3 and go up 2-1.
Defeat. Play of the game. Welcome to Blizzard World. Initiating match. Ready for battle.
I need our help! Don't be afraid to ask for help out there.
If you know what you're looking for, inquiry is unnecessary. But if you don't know, how do you inquire?
Well, maybe you know a little bit and you keep asking questions until you figure it out.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, here we are. Map number 4. Knights up 2-1 on match point. But can Baker pull it back to force game 5? Blizzard World. We're in the World of Warcraft section. Looks like the dwarves and knight dudes. Knights starting out on defense. Look at Sombra kill early. I think they did that by accident. Oh, look at this. This is called your flanking soldier, thinking he's still playing Reaper. He's actually playing soldier. He's gonna peek. Miss all the shots, but the threat is there. So Jack on the soldier. Reaper got banned. Man, hack the tank and melt him. So Sombra hack coming in. The Knight's gonna have to back up a little bit too far out. Not sure why they were on the low ground. Knight's getting pushed back now. This will be a capture and then push the payload type of map.
They have superior numbers.
Knight's getting spread out. We'll get taken down. The Sombra causing some issues with the hack.
Intercept that payload.
Knight's playing characters that rely on their abilities like the May.
The barrier has fallen.
They're gonna have to find a way to deal with that on the flank.
Barrier is splintering.
Heal up. Find a place to hold. These payload maps have been going the way of Baker so far tonight. Coming in. Bane getting pushed back, and you're really going to have to find some natural cover. Ronald Reagan going in and finding 2, though. So, the flanking Brig keeping the fight alive here for the Knights. Necc turning into a healer. Brig turns into a DPS. The Knights still losing the fight overall. Get the punch kill there. Turning things around is Thane, still alive. Atlas holding off the point. The Knights find a hold. Can they set up? So, good defensive stand there, but still 3:40 to go. It's a long ways off here for the Knights. Now remember, the Knights guaranteed a match next week. If they win this best of 5, it'll be finals. If they lose it, it'll be a 3rd place. High ground is getting taken by Baker. Knights playing on the low ground. Let's see if that ends up working out. Jack finds the kill on the tank. We get some heals. We will. Thane finds 3. So the Knights wipe them, but still 3 minutes to go. Got some ultimates on the table here. Survive the Kyriol. I feel like you probably want to rip ults here if you don't get a pick. That would rip. Don't want to let them set up too much space. Ult chunk. Nice. Backing up. Here comes Juno ult. Now on the back foot. You're going to lose Livy and get hacked. This is why I think we should have looked aggressive. But they do find some kills on the back end. So the flanking of the Knights working so far, but the Ram ult doing a lot, finding 2. Jack finds 1 in retaliation, trying to live. And so the Knights survive. And saved a couple buttons. Atlas doing what he can there for the team. So the Knights win that fight and now could look aggressive with their ults on this next fight. And put themselves in a 1-fight defensive stop situation. Jack finds the tank, shoots from that angle, has ultimate, but 2 go down. They're going to try to salvage this point. Thane finds the kill on the Sombra. Getting pressed. We'll find the kill with Thane, though. Thane coming in to try to help. Can't quite finish off the kill. Trying to bounce. Can't quite find the Necc kill. We'll get the rock, though, and we'll find it in the end. So Thane and Jack holding the line. They did use the Thane ult, but they still have the
60 seconds.
nano soldier combo. Could be huge setting that up. With offensive ults online for Baker, I would want to see us use ours first. 40 seconds. I would just try to find an ult angle here, but no, they're letting the enemy find the angle first. Huge kill, but the Mei ult coming out. Looks like Atlas probably going to go down to that. Yeah, the freeze finding 2. The Knight's too hesitant on the ult usage. They don't go for the win, and they still use Nano. It's just bad ult tracking there from the Knights. I don't know what they were afraid of with only really offensive ults possible for the enemy. I think you just find an angle for the Nano soldier ult. Even if you get 1 or 2, gives you such a huge advantage in the next fight. Jack goes down, gets 1 for his troubles. Atlas thinking about using the LT. But Knight's going to try to hold it here. 50 seconds on the clock. Gonna live barely. Jack will find Akiri on the back end with the Juno ult. Juno Ram combo coming in. The Knights just always second to use their buttons. Jack still holding on to ult. Atlas as well.
Team kill. 30 seconds.
See if they can find it here and stop the full push. Gonna get a pick. Gonna get hacked though. Atlas goes down once again. Not able to ultimate. Ram is through. Thane on cart. Jack finally using his ult. Find 1. Can they find the kill on the Ram? Yes. The Knights should be able to stop it here. So they do eventually stop, which is good. Not a full score, so they can win with a push. But it's going to be tough. They got a long way to go. And hopefully the mentality of the Knights shifts slightly now being on attack, where they get a little bit more proactive with their buttons. It's something that we've seen them do well in the past, even in the recent past. But some slight hesitation coming in, maybe some nervousness, not wanting to make a wrong decision. So you end up making the wrong decision by making no decision. But Knights in a decent enough spot. We'll see what they can do on attack. Their attack did not look great on Watch Point Gibraltar, but hey, it's Watch Point Gibraltar, right? Map is cringe, boring. See what they can do here. Going out with the Echo for the Jackster. So with no Reaper, try out the Echo.
Problems we encounter on this mission.
So the Knights need to capture it, and they need to push it pretty much the whole distance. But if they do, they will close out in 4 games and be on to national finals next week. If they don't, we will be going to a game 5.
Let's get this done.
Activating the barrier.
Poke. They're going to keep it to the high ground. They're going to push Bastion off. We'll get AoE'd, but survive for now. They get the one pick. Should be able to use this high ground to get some more. They will take out the Kiri. I think they'll take down the Ram as well. Right. With slight control. Where's the camera at? They're doing well on the Echo. We'll die there. Looks like the Knights will capture the objective and start pushing. 5 minutes on the clock. Knight's gonna get some ultimates here. Thane gonna grab his ult soon. See what the Knights want to do strategy-wise with their ultimates here on attack. I feel like they can get a pick and they will. Atlas will get traded for it, but it's a tank for a DPS. Should favor the Knights. Thane can push up, playing still a little bit passive. Where we're going. Find a rock there, we'll take down the Mei. Knights slowly working the map. That's good. They saved their ults. Should be able to get close to the checkpoint because you kind of want to use them to just push through that last little bit of the checkpoint where your respawns are as far away as possible. Knights doing a good job being patient there. Can they find anything else here? Thane getting low. Thane needs some healing. Thane gonna die. Playing on the wrong side of the hallway, not able to find any cover. We'll stay on the cat cam here. Atlas gonna find the Mei. The Knight's gonna back up. So it's 5 ults to 3. The Knights with all their ults and not ideal. Not ideal. They need to play that slower and more defensive as they get positioning and then go all in. Jack gonna die. Now Knight's got to regain this ground. Opting not to play the high ground. Cat can do with the ultimate. Die. Knight's just getting picked off. Now we're using our Sigil. Not good. Not good. Knight's looking disorganized there. Knights got to get a read here. They're going up to the high ground. Knights should challenge them on the high ground with their ultimates, not trying to ult from the low ground. Looks like they're trying to just sneak to the point, which is fine. Now you don't have your ult from your tank. They're doing a good job of living for now. They will find a couple. We have a mantra on our team, thanks to Echo. Can they find any more kills? No, the counter Ramantra ult. Try to get on point. Cat gonna try to get him to the edge. He'll give his life, but he'll take the Ramantra out. But the Knights get stopped. So it was a decent attack from the Knights. But imagine if we had a Sigmund ult during that. That would have been great. So Knight's just still working on getting all that sorted out. You gotta get through the noise, be able to think objectively. Now trying to contest the high ground. So good switch up here from the Knights. Can they take out the Bastion? Yes, but they get traded. 2 traded out. Livy on the low ground didn't get the memo. Can't get to the team. The Knights go too fast. They greed for the Bastion kill and get out of position because of it. Now coming back up, they got a couple more fights here. Dropping back into the low ground. I don't know. Okay, they're gonna TP over to the other staircase. Okay, so Knights with some problem solving here. They have a signal. They're going to use it here. Grab the Juno. That's huge. Possibly grab 2 there. They'll rock. And they'll find the fight. The Knights should be able to push this cart quite close to the checkpoint. And I would have liked to have seen that 4 minutes ago with the first set of ults. The contest is going to be there. The Knights need to find a kill. They're going to use the Atlas wall, but 2 go down. They cannot deal with the soldier who was left alive. So the Knights mess up the follow-up on the fight. Jack trying to salvage it with Atlas, but will get frozen.
10 seconds remaining.
Cat still alive. Gonna try to touch, but not gonna be able to. So the Knights will drop this map. We'll be going to a map 5.
Play of the game. Epic. Winner.
Done, and done.
Initiating match. Ready for battle.
Make your preparations. Careful research is effective research.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Objective unlocks in 30 seconds.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, here we are, map number 5. Going the distance here. Push a Robot, Esperanza, SVU Knights versus Baker College. It's going down early. Find a way to deal with the flyers.
They got the robot.
Fair Mercy coming back out. Knights get pushed back. On the Reaper.
We lost the lead.
Their barricade is moving.
So we'll see what the Knights can do. They lost the first fight. Push is on its way. They would like to get to this to touch. And that's what Ronald Reagan is trying to do. Not looking to support. Not going to do it by himself. Knight's got to figure out how to deal with flyers. Cat and Band. They're not going to be able to touch. Knight's getting pushed back. Might need to figure out. Okay, so Atlas will switch over to Emirates. We'll go down to the Kiri. So Knight's adapting to the flyer. See if they can get them out of the sky. Jack will find a couple there. Good kills coming in from Jack. The Knights clean up, and they'll turn that robot around. So if they can get a good position here, if Atlas can deal with those flyers, Knights will be in a good, favorable position.
The barrier appeared.
Enemy forward spawn.
All right, progress. That's what I like to see.
Damage. Space here in the middle. Robot. Away. Nice getting dangerously low. Falling down to the Yuka of Barry. Nice boost too. There's the Pharaoh. So that'll be a wipe for the Knights, but they should be able to come back. And this is where we need to see the Knights use their ult. They've been hesitant. They've been hesitant in these situations. They can't be hesitant here. They got to come out, rip ults, and get back on the push. Kyriel will be up for the enemy. If they can get a pick, then maybe you can save ults and then go for the big ult push on the attacking end. Big if. Ram ult coming in. Two Knights, no picks just yet. Oh, there we go. Jack finds 4 with his ultimate. So the Knights save 2 buttons at least. They use the Jack and the Livy ult. They get the Ram ult. They get a huge Jack ult, and now they got to look on the offensive end. You got to be able to find some offensive angles. Atlas shooting. Can't see. We'll find the kill. So Knights find 2. That's huge. Find 3. Now the Knights should be able to get some push going. They're going to push away the Ram. And this is the fight we needed from the Knights. Good kill from Jack as well, staggering. Now this is where the Knights can really turn. Can they get a push with this Sigmund ult? It's going to be a revive. Can they get another pick on the Pharah? Can they play smart around these buildings? The Knights on the attack. This is going to be huge for the Knights, but they got to be smart here. They got to hit their shots. They find one on the right. The soldier goes down. The rock goes in. Can they live from that? Can we get a Sigmund ult here possibly? Can we go aggressive? Are we confident? Here we go. We're going to go the Sigmund ult. It's not going to hit much though. It will isolate the Ram, but not going to be able to have any DPS follow-up. So the Sigmund ult goes wide. Atlas though will pop into his ult and find the Kiri. Find 2. We'll get traded for the Lucio. The rock will hit the Ram. Can we get the Ram kill though? Where's our DPS at? The Knights find a couple, but lose a couple as well. Can they keep things rolling? Will they back up? Jack can be a huge kill, but cannot find the Cassidy kill. Do not overextend. We'll get stunned, but we'll find the 1v5 essentially. Great kill from Jack. But here comes the onslaught. The Knights in a 5v4 though. They need to recognize this and they need to make this happen. They need to make this fight happen. No, Jack goes down. Where's the rest of his team? Why are we not going in? So things get evened up. The Knights need to find a pick here soon or they're going to be in a 5v4. Knights not able to find any kills there. I'm not sure what happened. I thought they had it in the 5v4, but Jack gets killed. He can't get picked now. Oh, here comes the Ram ult. It's going to be bad for the Knights. So the Knights get it pretty deep, and they have few ultimates to deal with, but that could have been the game there if the Knights could have helped out Jack. I don't know if Jack went too aggressive there. He needed to live for a couple more seconds, and it could have been huge. Now the Knights going to have to regain that ground.
Feels good, huh?
Jack goes down to the Cassidy on the right side. Cassidy picking up 2 kills. This is not good for the Knights. Their flankers got exposed. Atlas goes down as well. Livy finds a great kill though. The Knights lose a fight and don't get much for it.
They're catching up. We gotta stop it.
Some push. Going to be in favor now of Baker. Trying to touch with Ronald Reagan, but I don't know if this is the play. Livy TPing in, but then having to back out. The Knights being too greedy there. Ronald Reagan needs to live that. Respawns now, though, will be pretty close. Can Jack find an ult? Can the Knights find something? Down there on the defensive end. They're going to go in with a bunch of ultimates. Jack will find 2. Ronald Reagan will find 1. And they'll kill the Ram. But this is just for defense. The Emre's ult will do a lot of damage to the Knights. Can Livy clutch up this kill? Knights win the fight, but barely. Kiriko ults for each team. They will stagger the Emre's. So now the Knights in the offensive position, but they don't have the same amount of push. So the Knights need to get some push. 2 minutes to go. They got to win an offensive fight. This could be huge, but Atlas gets picked. Knights doing some damage. Jack gets picked, and the Knights DPS not finding their mark. using the Kiri ult. Knights getting backed up. They have to find an angle to fight. Thane will go down. Knights need to recycle back to their ults. But you're seeing the Kiri using ult before we do once again. The Knights slow on the trigger. Jack in the 1v1 will hit the shots. We're very low on health. We'll find a pick. The Knights have to win a fight. Ram ult coming in. We'll get knocked down. Can't quite get finished off. Knights losing 1 by 1. Atlas finds a kill, but Thane goes down. Atlas doing what he can. The Knights lose to their ults once again, and you're seeing on cooldown Baker using their ult, the Knights holding theirs. Okay, the Knights still could do it though. No ults up here for Baker. The Knights just need to get some kills. Need to stay alive. Can they kill this tank? Yes, they can. They need to slow work this map. 30 seconds to go. This is going to be the final push here for the Knights. Can they coordinate the attack? Can they stay on the push? We saw them do it before. Game's coming down to the wire. Game 5, 10 seconds left. Knights on the attack. They need to find a pick. But DPS needs to diff. They got to make sure they're on the robot to force overtime. Livy down here with Thane. Alright, the Knights being more preemptive there. They'll find the kill on the Kiri. They'll find one. They'll find 3 for 1 so far. Livy getting low. But surviving on point. But the Cassidy counters with a couple kills of his own. The Knights dying 1 by 1. I think it's just Thane. The Knights had it. But they all die, and the Knights will drop game 5. And they'll be in the 3rd place match next Friday.